You need a healthy India. None should be denied medication. And for this, I think the government policies have to be such that you can achieve this. And one of the only ways it is possible was a pragmatic licensing policy whereby all the world's latest drugs we could produce here and pay a royalty to the originator. I'm a scientist, and I think that science has to be suitably rewarded, no doubt about it, but not under monopoly. So I'm also willing to pay a royalty to the patent holder or the inventor of a drug. Now, if you look at the world's top 70 drugs, 50% of them or more are made and marketed by companies that did not invent them.
In the past few months, there was quite a frosty relationship between the government and pharma companies, especially MNCs, when it came to the pricing regime. What do you think should be the government's immediate priority to create a more stable pricing environment?
I think pricing has a lot to do with monopoly. The more the monopoly, the higher the pricing. If you had free competition, that is the only way to bring down prices. No exclusivity, free competition, and prices automatically will come down. I've always said water finds its own level. So that applies to pricing as well.
The pharma sector has witnessed a great deal of consolidation in the past few months. We have seen a lot of big ticket deals being announced.
Yes.
Do you expect greater consolidation and more M&A activity in the pharma sector?
I think yes, abroad and locally as well. But what we actually require is pragmatic policies that last. Not every 2 months you're changing your pricing policy, you're changing this policy, that policy. You need some continuity. At least a 5-10 year policy. Like you have a government for 5 years. Your policy should also run for 5-year periods. And that's all we are saying. But there will be more mergers and acquisitions, both in India and abroad. And now that Indian companies are getting stronger, they're also looking outside India to expand their activities. And this you're seeing all over the place today now.
The budget is round the corner.
Pharma,
Pharma is a sector which has in the past been largely ignored as far as the government is concerned in the budget. What kind of SOPs or concessions do you expect from the government for the pharma sector?
I will give you one example. The American government last year spent $31 billion on pharma research. And this is where they spend money on fundamental research. I think it will be an object lesson for the Indian government to study how they do it and why they do it, and how there can be better cooperation between the government, laboratories, science laboratories, and the industry.
How is Cipla poised in the quarters to come? You are stepping down right now, but where do you see the major growth drivers? Respiratory systems. That's a segment wherein a lot of the market expects Cipla to get most of its profits from.
Cipla has been strong in respiratory. Cipla has been strong in the AIDS medication. Cipla has been strong in anti-malarial drugs. We are big suppliers in the world. Cipla is strong in cancer. In fact, we as a company have got a very wide circle of therapies. In fact, I would say that we are among the biggest range of products.
Which segment looks most promising, sir? That's what I wanted to ask you. Could you stick your neck out?
Always segments where there's less competition, of course. Well, that looks the most promising. I think the toughest is respiratory. To get approvals and whatnot is that is the toughest. But today the world is looking at cancer. And cancer will be a very big issue in the future.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.